Today's video was made possible through the continuing support of Jack Singer and dozens of other people just like you on Patreon. If you like what I do, if you're interested in supporting it, check out the links below in the description, and there's tons of ways that you can get involved and have fun and hang out in the Discord and do all kinds of cool stuff for robots. Thanks, guys. Hi there, guys, and welcome back to the shop. It's time for episode 33 on Project Archi, where we're going to do the J1 motor connection to the back of the electrical enclosure. So you can see right here, we're up on top, the very top hole on the left side. There's our focus. There we go. There's our holes on the back. We're on the top left hole. Looks weird for you because I got it turned 90 degrees, but you'll figure it out. You've got the manual. Also, you're not an idiot. So we're going to start by tinning our leads. I got my soldering iron warmed up. We'll get that cleaned off. Let's just make some smoke and melt some stuff in the back of the thing. There, I feel better. I should probably add some water to that at some point. That's a good idea. It's still kind of wet. It'll be all right. All right, so we're going to begin by tinning our leads. I'm going to use the same tweezers in the vise system I used last time because that actually worked really well. Well, I was going to, but see, the leads on J1 are going to be different than J2 and J3, and the reason why is because these are the actual stock motor leads. So that's all you get. We didn't extend these with the other stuff, but I think, well, I can just move the vise for this. Yeah, I can do that. You can see it. So it's going to be okay. You can still see what we're doing. All right, so we're going to apply a little flux on the end of this. Now, solder flux is actually a weak acid that removes the oxidation so that the solder will stick to things. So it is important to flux your connections. And what we're doing here is just putting a little flux on the end of the wires, and then we're heating them, and then applying solder to the wire, and this is called tinning. So we're basically just soldering the wire to nothing at this stage because we want to build up a little bit of solder in there so that when we stick it down in the cup of the aviation connector, it just works. And it's usually a good idea to tin your leads on any wires that you're going to solder to anything else. It's pretty universally a good idea to tin your leads in advance. So a little flux, a little heat, a little lead hot glue, and you're set. And it really doesn't take a lot of solder. If you want to learn about soldering, ask somebody else, because I suck at it. That's not true. I got a lot better at soldering. And there's a whole series of videos called Kits with Chris that you can watch on this channel, where I personally learn all the basics of soldering and do that with the help of a bunch of my friends. Did I get all 4 of those? I did get all 4 of those. I wasn't even paying attention, and they're all done. Okay, so now our leads are set. We're going to get into our cup, which I'm going to spin around the right way up. It's really important that you have the orientation of your cup set properly. So here's my cup, and if I flip it around, see how there's a key on the inside? You can see that key right there. It's the big nub on the inside of the housing. We're going to flip that around this way and set it in our vise so that we know the key is up, because if the key is up, then we know that this is our color code. So you can remember that. Black, top left, then green. Bottom row is red on the left, then blue. Black, green, red, blue. It's really important that you have the colors in the right spot or your motor won't work. Or worse, your motor will work, but in unpredictable ways, like turns the wrong direction. Or worse, there's always worse. So now I'm going to tin the solder cups on here by applying a little heat on the back and filling the cup with solder. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Now we do our little dance. Oh, I don't have enough to get there. That's okay, because I haven't put the nut on yet. So we're all tinned and everything's cool there. So the next step is we have to put the nut and the ring on the connector. So our nut goes on in that orientation with the round side going up the wire. And then the ring. And now I got to figure out, I can't quite reach it. So what am I going to do to hold this? I've got an idea. I have a scrap bit of leather. I can't use the soft jaws unless I put it in the hole, because the soft jaws ride a little high in this little vise, because these are designed to be in a bench vise. So I got to make a pair of soft jaws. Now I have a fabulous piece of ridiculously expensive scrap leather, and I'm going to just wrap this around. Yeah. So I'm going to cut me a strip of this. And then I'm going to put my thing in there with the, you can see my orientation. There's my pin. So I'm going to put that in that way. I'm going to wrap this with the leather off to the side like that. And then try and hold it while I bring the jaws together. And hopefully avoid clamping my finger in there as well. This will be kind of tricky actually, because I want to be right down on it. And the leather, and I don't have to grab it hard. Just, yeah, that's perfect. And now the leather will protect the threads because I'm squeezing the leather and it's filling the threads instead of just crushing down on the threads and rolling those over. And that should get me, oh, it's gonna be tight, but I'm there. So I'm gonna pull the wires out the hole. Like that. And now I just got my, what if I bring that up and say, oh yeah, now I got tons of room. Okay, cool. So it's a little jank. Welcome to the world of engineering. Okay, our iron is heated up. Our tip is clean. We are all set to go, and we're gonna start with black. Now these wires are thinner than before, so we gotta be a little careful. Okay, that's in. That's good. That'll do. All right, let's try red. That's our other one on the left side. Okay. I'm going to try adding a little bit more solder to those. If I can. Okay. And then we're going to do green up in the top. Make sure those are good and solid. Bend them out of the way. I know you guys can't see this all that well, but I'll try to show you after. It's so tiny and so fussy, and I've had to move things so much. It's really hard to get a decent camera angle on this, I'm sure. Okay, that's in. Okay. I thought I didn't tin all 4 of them. I didn't get blue. It's all right, I'll do it now. I was like, oh, yeah, that was messing with me. All right, we'll add a little flux on here. It just gets so excited. There, now that's tinned. I skipped it. I wonder how many people have commented on this video already, being like, you skipped blue, you idiot. I get there eventually. Okay, I think we're good. Let's take a good look at it. We'll compare to our color chart. We've got black, green, red, blue, so we're on order. Take it out of the vise. Everything looks fine in there. Everything's nice and toasty. Those certainly aren't the prettiest joints I've ever done, but see how the insulation all lines up at the same spot? That tells me I don't have any that are riding high. They're all fully engaged in the cup. Tug test all of them and we're good. And now we just slide the cable in the thing, bring the nut and the ring down. Be careful, be gentle. Make sure our pin is up for the key. Now this is actually hard in a different way because I don't know how well we're going to be able to get the wrench on it because the box actually narrows towards the top, the enclosure does. And I've got that boss, you can see in the corner there, that screw boss right here is going to be in my way for a wrench. So we'll see how well this works. I think I'm on. I think. It's the 19mm wrench. Yeah, I certainly can't go down any further. That's all I've got there. Oh, this is going to be tricky. What do I have that I can grab that? Let me do some digging. I might have it. I might actually have it. I have the tiniest little pair of crescent wrench pliers here. This might actually work. Oh, this is cool. All right, Squeeze this side. Oh yeah! That totally works. Oh man. Ha! That worked. That's so cool. All right, so you wanna know about these. The Crescent RT24 pliers. I will have these in my Amazon store. All the tools that I use throughout this whole series, you can find because especially now that we're all isolated, that I don't want people going to like big box stores and stuff like that, getting stuff. Check out the links below in the description. I have my own personal Amazon store, and all the tools that I use, you can find in there. Just look under the tools I use section. It's all sorted out. All kinds of stuff. There's a lot of weird stuff in my Amazon store. Be careful wandering through there. Not all of it is kid safe because I do the Saturday night shows. But get in there, you'll find these. I will absolutely put these in there. I might even put a link to these in the description if I remember to. I'll try to remember to. But that's in, that's good, it's done, and I'm happy. Let's put the plug in there. Boom. Look at that plug. I'm so happy that worked. And I'm glad that you guys got to share this moment with me and the little moment of discovery. It's a thing, man. You're building stuff in the shop and you hit a problem and it's gonna happen. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're building a big complicated robot or a birdhouse with your kid. You're going to hit problems that aren't in the book, that aren't explained, that you've never come across before. And it's that ability to think on your feet and work around the problem and solve it and make it work. That is what defines your craftsmanship and defines your entire process of building stuff. And that's important. So it's really cool when you hit one of those moments and you're like, oh, hey, I got this tool. And I never use these. This is not a tool that I reach for every day, but I just looked up and it was on my plier rack and I'm like, hey, that might work. And it just happens to open up to perfectly match the 19 millimeter. Like that just fits. So it's those little moments, those little eureka moments that are pretty awesome in a shop. Thank you for sharing one with me. I hope that you come up with a similar solution, or if you haven't gotten to this step yet, order one of these in time because it's a lifesaver. As always, you guys have fun. I'm Chris Boden, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.